Industrial Misfit here, coming at you as I tootle my way to work. Just coming at you with a quick thought video, really. Evercade yesterday announced that they were raising their prices from $19.99 to $24.99 on standard cards, and the Giga cards were going to go from $24.99 to $29.99. And I have seen people weighing in on both sides of the argument. I've seen people who are upset about this. I've seen people who understand this and are okay with it. So I figured, you know what, let me just weigh in on it. And the way I'm looking at it is like this. I don't mind paying a little more for cartridges. I understand that's kind of the world we live in. Prices are going up all over. The field I work in, I have to explain to people that, yeah, due to the rising costs of things, the prices are going up everywhere. And video games and things like that are no different. When you want physical media, shipping costs and parts costs are something that plays into it. It's not a digital world where everything is just kind of sent to you or downloaded to you, and now you don't have to deal with those fees and costs. But in this age, with this stuff that we're doing, you kind of have to. You have to deal with that. Plus, with Blaze being a European company, now we have to deal with tariffs, which are going to be put in place possibly, and all that, which adds to the cost of these items. So, I mean, it doesn't come as a surprise, and I'm not overall upset about it. But one thing that people need to take into account as well, as Evercade is now starting to dip their feet into some other properties, SNK and other properties, you can't expect them to get the rights to these properties at the same cost they're getting the rights to old C64 games or old arcade games. It's just unfeasible. There's, I mean, you can't put the price on an SNK Metal Gear game or Metal Slug game and put that onto a C64 game. They're not comparable. And hopefully they're making strides to get, say, a Sega deal, since my arcade just made one. And you can't expect them to get the same rights to Sega that they pay for an Indies Hero collection. That's just unrealistic. We live in a day and age where, prices are going up, and that does include prices for the rights to these things. Companies need to make their money. So, I mean, a $5 increase, providing we're going to get a increase in product, I think is going to be okay. Now, I would have much more liked to see maybe $19.99 for the Indie Heroes, $24.99 for the Segas, SNKs, those type of things. That way you can kind of make, okay, yes, I have to pay a little more, but it's for Sega. So, I mean, I get that. But like I said, anybody who's sitting there surprised by the fact that these prices went up is really kind of confusing themselves. I want you to tell me one thing out there right now where the price hasn't gone up. I'll wait. Yeah, you can't. The prices are going up. And they have been locked in at $19.99 for quite a long time. And to them, I say thank you for that. You kind of helped introduce that. Now, I don't agree with them upping the price for the stuff that's already out there. I think that's a little bit backhanded, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. But I think, if it's already released, I think you leave it out there. And definitely another thing you got to address is if you're going to charge us more, you got to fix the supply chain. People can't be waiting around for these items that now you're charging them more for because you're saying it's to increase supply and increase that. So now we have to see that on the consumer end. We have to see it easier to get these items. When I go to order an EXP, and it's out of stock, I mean, I understand a little bit, but when it's out of stock for weeks, and now you say, hey, we're going to charge you more so that we can increase these issues, yeah, it's something I do need to see. We do need to see get fixed as consumers. The people who play Evercade, they love Evercade, and they don't want anything to happen to Evercade. So we understand certain things, but you can't take more without giving more. So if you're going to say it's because of supplies, we need to see that fixed. If you're saying the prices are increasing for things, we get that, but we have to see some better product come out. I'm glad we're getting the Indie Heroes coming up in February. And we're all waiting with bated breath for the SNK announcements. What are the cartridges going to be? And hopefully you guys will announce something soon. Maybe you got to deal with Sega. Like I said, even if it's a one-off, and you just do a Sega's Greatest Hits and do Sonic 1 and Afterburner and Super Hang-On and Columns, and it's just a one-off. I think that's going to go a long way to helping the Evercade community, kind of soothe these quote-unquote wounds. But, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I think we have to take this with a grain of salt, and we'll kind of wait and see how it shakes out. I really want Evercade to survive, and sometimes that means raising prices. So, well, not totally not totally unsurprising, honestly, to be expected. But Evercade, please make sure that you're reflecting these costs with better improvements on your shipping and hopefully some cartridges and things of that sort. But alrighty, that's all I had to say. Just wanted to get on here and drop just that little opinion piece. Thank you for tuning in. Please click subscribe to help me grow this channel. And as always, remember, gaming has no age limit.